It's Plays and Days, 5 things. Plays and Days. It's Plays and Days, 5 things. Plays and Days. It's Plays and Days, 5 things.
Hi, welcome back to Plays and Days, 5 things. Today we're going to talk about 5 things we learned that were different going from being stage actors to being movie extras. By now you've probably heard of the tremendous success of the streaming TV series The Chosen. It's the largest ever crowd-funded television series, now filming season 4. So we were background actors in season 3, scenes 7 and 8. The scenes were depicting Jesus feeding a crowd of 5,000 men plus women and children with just 5 loaves and 2 small fish. Plays and Days team member Sean and I had the wonderful opportunity of being background actors or extras for the filming of these scenes. It was a very different experience. Here are 5 fun things we learned that were different about filming versus performing on stage. Thing 1. Continuous action versus small takes. When you're performing live theater, everything has to keep moving along at the clip of the action in the scene. Mistakes or not, you have to keep going. But with filming, although the finished product looks seamless, much of the filming is done in very small takes. A line, an expression, a cheer from the crowd, a crossing of background actors. And often these are filmed in several takes from different angles, sometimes on completely different days. Thing 2. Lights, camera, sound, action, bugs. Typically, the temperature, lighting, acoustics, and physical surroundings in a theater are very controlled. None of the action of the play is interrupted by them. But filming outdoors or on location means waiting while cameras adjust for the sun going in and out of clouds. The cameras are filming from all angles, so there is no time when what you're doing might not possibly affect the scene. Heat or cold can affect the stamina and focus of everyone on the set. Bugs, flies, and other critters don't care what you're trying to do in their habitat, so they will run around and scamper at will. Noise from planes, trains, and automobiles that we're so used to ignoring in the background of daily life love to chime in at inconvenient times as well. Well, the bugs and critters might work for a first century period piece, but the machines not so much. Thing 3. Do-overs. Performing live on stage means you have to keep going, mistakes or not. The good side of that is that live mistakes can easily get swallowed up in the next right thing you do and are often quickly forgotten. Doing it right the first time and every time is the goal. This is not always a requirement when filming, although budgets and directors would love to have it go right the first time. But in a film, there are often do-overs on the set to get just the right take, or by design to get a different camera angle or a different way of saying a line that the director might want to make a choice about later in the editing process. But there will inevitably be fixes and do-overs and re-recordings of vocals in the editing process. Now, if a mistake happens to make it through all that expertise, it could end up in one of those editing goof reels that directors and actors hate so much, and editors hate the worst. The fact that there are no do-overs on stage may be part of the appeal for the audience and the actors. Hoping the actors on stage play it right live is a risk both the actors and the audience are taking, and it's part of the fun of live theater. Thing 4. Film directors have several brains. Well, they don't, of course, but you could fool the rest of us. Watching the directors of The Chosen manage the crew, the actors, the lighting, cameras, sound booth, the natural surroundings, and a crowd of 5,000 plus background actors for what turned out to be a very long but smooth day of filming was pretty darn amazing. It was astounding how their focus seemed almost superhuman. To be sure, theater directors must also have their own tremendous focus, especially since they have to prepare their cast for the whole no do-overs on stage thing. But it did seem like there were a lot more moving parts to consider with an on-location filming situation. Thing 5. Different stamina and energy. While stage shows, especially musicals, require great strength, stamina, and high energy, it did seem that a day of filming required a different kind of pacing and patient strength. Holding poses, waiting for somebody to say, "Action!" Remembering and recreating what your last picture was so you can go right back to it to continue the scene. Not letting weather conditions mess with your stamina or focus. Not letting your surroundings distract you. Filming out of order and concentrating on why your character is doing what you're doing so it will flow and make sense with the out of order scene that is filmed either later or has already been filmed previously. Energy. As a stage performer, you can appropriate and use energy from a good audience, just like that, while you're performing. For film, though, unless you're filming with a crowd of 5,000 loyal, enthusiastic fans playing background actors, your acting energy mostly comes from within. We learned so many more things being extras, but that's it for now on 5 things that are different between acting on stage and acting in film. See you next time on Plays and Days five things.